All right, everyone, we will go ahead and get started with Connor here. Patrick Saunders, why don't you start us off?
Hey, Connor, not to start off with a negative, but I do have to ask you, when Rymack hit the ball to center field yesterday and you didn't score, did you just hold up for a minute because you thought there was a chance that was going to be caught? I assume that's what happened.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a tough read. Ryan hit that ball extremely hard and extremely well, and I've seen balls that he's hit in the past few games stay up like that and get caught. So yeah, as my job, in that situation, with one out, if I were to end the game and he would have caught that ball, then that would have been, terrible. So I gave it a pause just to make sure it wasn't getting caught. And at that time I wasn't able to score. I've been thinking about that play a lot, and would have wished I scored on that play.
The follow-up question to that, because you're relatively new to Coors Field, and balls at Coors, let's face it, they fly differently than they do in other places. Is that taking some getting used to both? I know you haven't played much outfield out there, but just getting used to how the ball reacts as opposed to, say, when you were in San Francisco or any of those things. Is that one of the adjustments a young player in Denver has to make, get used to?
Yeah, I definitely think it plays a part in being in Denver. The ball does stay up a little bit longer. It does carry more. I haven't gotten to shag as many balls as I've had, would have wanted to during BP just because of weather and stuff like that. But yeah, just seeing balls that I think should be, hits are staying up and getting caught.
And dramatically switching gears here, and I know you've talked a little bit about this, what you went through health-wise with the testicular cancer. Can you share with us, how did it change your outlook as a ball player? In other words, I know that's a big question, but did it take pressure off you? Did it tell you, you know what, I'm going to go all out every game, every play, not waste a spare moment? I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I'm just curious how that affected you as a ball player.
Yeah, I think it played a lot of different parts. It really changed my mentality, going through that and having that kind of scare puts everything into perspective. I love baseball. I'm passionate about baseball. And at the end of the day, I realize it's a game. I work really hard at it, and I want to win every night. But I think going through something like a life-changing experience like I did really made me realize, what's important in life. Baseball is extremely important to me. I don't want you to get that, skewed or anything like that. But, I'm really enjoying my time out in the field, having a lot of fun, enjoying every moment. And that's what it's helped me do.
Excellent. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Patrick.
All right, we'll go to Danielle.
Hey, Connor, San Diego native. You've played at Petco before, I believe, back when you were with the Giants. But what's it just like coming back here now as the Rockies when you've been playing so well?
Yeah, it's awesome. Coming back this time is a little bit different. I have back when I was with the Giants, it was my debut. There was a lot of anticipation, a little bit of anxiety coming in and debuting in my hometown. But, I feel really good coming in this time, in the plane, looking out the window and seeing the Coronado Bridge. It felt right. I had a really good, spring training, and I got comfortable with the guys and the staff, and have built up a little bit of momentum coming in this series. So I'm excited about it. It definitely feels different this time, and I'm looking forward to the series.
Did you grow up going to games there? Were you a Padres fan when you were younger?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I grew up going to Qualcomm, and then when they made the change to Petco Park, I was here. And it's funny fact that it was actually Buddy Black managing the team when I was younger as well.
That's pretty cool. Have you told him that?
I believe he knows. We talked about it in the off season, but yeah, I might sneak it in there today too.
Okay. I saw you out there the other day working with CJ Cron. And I know he's not, fully able to do everything. But what's it been like working with him? Have you like picked his brain at all about playing first base and some of the things he's learned throughout his career?
Yeah, Crony's been awesome. I got to work really closely with him in spring training. Obviously being in the first baseman group and just around him in the cage, working him work, watching him work it's awesome. He's helped me a lot, especially with the hitting approach and, kind of how he goes about his business and specific things he looks for in opposing pitchers. So, yeah, Crony's been amazing and has really helped me. And I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to Thomas Hardy. Thomas, go ahead.
Yeah, Connor, not often, a lot of times when you come up, you do bat low in the order, and you did. And then next thing you know, you're up there batting second in the order. What does that say about your approach? I mean, you've obviously drawn the walks and done things like that. What does that say about your approach and the things you've been working on ever since you were in the majors with the Giants?
I don't really know what it says exactly about my approach. I think, the team appreciates me getting on base, and that's what I've been doing lately. So, anywhere I hit in the lineup, I'm doing my best to help the team, obviously. But I like hitting in the 2 spot. I like, being surrounded by great hitters. That helps me a lot. And, just having fun, getting on base, producing runs any way I can, and just getting on base to create some traffic is really nice. During
your minor league career, where were you most comfortable hitting, or where did you hit most often when the season got going and people settled into their spots?
Yeah, I've hit almost everywhere in the lineup. I've hit, middle lineup from like 5 and 6. I've hit 3. In 2018 and 19 with the Dodgers, I actually hit leadoff, which is crazy because I don't necessarily consider myself a speed guy. But yeah, I think when I'm going well, I'm getting on base a lot, whether it's via hits or walks. So I'm comfortable hitting anywhere, and wherever the team puts me, I'm happy to be.
Couple of things about San Diego. How much family do you have with you there tonight?
There'll be a good amount of people in the fans tonight, which I'm happy about.
Oh, that's good. Do you have an idea on how many?
Oh man, I want to say probably around 20 people, honestly.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Not to be negative, but I think right around the time that the season started, you lost your grandmother, and you got to go and visit and be with the family there. I guess that had to be tough. But so do you carry some of her with you out there?
Always. Yeah, that was extremely hard times, but keeping her with me in my heart, knowing that she's looking down on me, I'm doing everything I can to make her proud. So, yeah.
All right. Hey, Connor, thank you so much for that, man.
Yeah, thank you.
We will go to Mark Stout, AT&T. Mark, go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, Connor, thanks. So real quick, who were your Padres growing up? Do you remember the 98 World Series team?
I don't specifically remember the team, but
okay.
I remember watching them play the Yankees.
Yeah, I mean you were way young. What players did you start liking, like when you were old enough to go like those are my guys?
By far favorite Padres, Tony Gwynn. And then following him is obviously Trevor Hoffman and Ken Caminiti.
Awesome. That's all I needed. Thanks, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
A few more. We'll go to Kyle Newman, Kevin Henry. We'll finish up with that one. Kyle, go ahead.
Hey, Connor. So before the cancer, I mean, what was the most challenging part about your minor league journey, and just, any travails that you endured before that cancer scare?
I wouldn't really call it, trials or tribulations in the minor leagues. It was just learning a routine and a process that worked for me. It's one of those things. Some guys get drafted and go straight to the big leagues, and some guys have to work things out in the minor leagues. And I was one of those guys. I never really felt like there was major setbacks in the minor leagues for me. It was kind of just continuing, I guess, pushing the rock up the hill and finding success little by little and stacking those successes and, breaking in.
And then one final one from me, Connor. When you look forward to here the rest of the season, do you have any, concrete, tangible goals of where you want to be or what you want to accomplish by September?
Man, I'm taking this thing day by day, honestly. Trying to help the team win every night and be the best version of myself, honestly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Kevin Henry.
Hey, Connor, two questions for me. Number one of the things that stands out so much is your smile whenever you're out there. Have you always played with that much joy, or is it something you've really discovered in the last couple of years?
Honestly, it's not something that I've done my whole career. I've taken this game extremely seriously, and I still do. But I realize this game is extremely tough. I was one that would always focus on the negatives, take the negatives from the game and dwell on those. And I think it has a lot to do with what I've been through the last year, and realizing this game is really tough. And we got to celebrate when we have success in this game, personally and as a team. And it's made the game a lot more fun for me. And I'm loving it. I'm having a great time.
And speaking of celebration, I asked Josh about the base knock celebration, and just what does that mean for you guys to be able to celebrate those individual moments out there?
Man, I'm having so much fun, and like seeing my teammates have success is just as much fun as if I'm getting the hit. To be able to celebrate and bring us together, even if it's just a silly thing like that celebration we do, it's great. We're all pulling for each other. We're all wanting success for each other, and it's going to build and become something special.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right, Owen, go ahead.
Hey, Connor, I think you spent a handful of innings in the outfield the other day, and you alluded to not having as much prep time as you'd like. What are you doing these days other than at first base? Are you spending time in the outfield when you can, or anywhere else on the diamond?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm jumping out to the outfield and getting reads. And when I refer to not being able to get as many as I wanted, it's just because of the weather and batting practice getting canceled and stuff like that. But no, I'm definitely getting reads on the outfield, working hard at first base, and that's what's been asked of me thus far. So.
And I think Bud was serious when he said you were the emergency catcher. Are you ready to jump in to that role at any time?
Absolutely. It's something I've always kind of had in my back pocket. I caught in college for my last year there, and throughout my career in the minor leagues, I haven't caught a game, but I've been active catching bullpens and working on that. So I definitely am ready for that.
All right, and a couple more. I think this is your sixth team, sixth organization. Is there anything about? I know it's limited time with the Rockies so far, but that stands out to you, having seen a bunch of different organizations? Anything about the Rockies that stands out separate from the others?
I think the staff, the veterans, they do a really good job of welcoming, rookies, young guys, and allowing us to be ourselves. And I think that goes a long way. Not feeling uncomfortable being myself and going out there, being who I am, and playing the game with freedom. So I think that goes a long way with helping guys perform.
Okay. And lastly, regarding the health scare from last year, did you ever consider the fact that you might not be able to play the game again? And, if you, I don't want to make too much of a speculation, but if you weren't playing, what do you think you'd be doing if you couldn't be playing right now?
Yeah. When I was going through all the treatments, baseball wasn't really on my mind. I was focused on getting healthy. It did cross my mind where there was uncertainty of if I would ever play. But I think I've said it before, and in my heart, I knew I would overcome it and get back on the field. So I had a good feeling about everything, and God willing, and I'm out here, which is amazing.
Yeah. And just, if you just didn't have baseball, do you have any sense of what else you'd be doing if you weren't playing baseball?
Oh man, I've never given that any thought, honestly. It's always been baseball. It's what I'm passionate about. It's what I love doing. And, hopefully not have to cross that bridge for a long time. No, I don't have any idea.
That's cool. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Thomas, one follow-up.
Yes, when you were hitting this winter and Bud Black was throwing you BP,
Mhm.
what's that like? Obviously, you're trying to get ready for a season, but it had to cross your mind, gee, I need to impress this guy that I've been watching manage, and now he's going to be my manager. How did you approach that?
No, it wasn't like that at all, actually, Thomas. Bud's a great person, and it wasn't like I didn't feel like I had to impress anybody that day. It was more so getting to know him, getting on the field, getting some great BP, and getting to know each other. So, I think Bud's an extremely approachable person, and he cared enough to get to know me and take the time during the winter when he didn't have to come out there. So I was grateful for that opportunity and to start a relationship.